Well, what are some possible solutions? Proactive management. So this is a common thing. Fisheries, wildlife organizations, and divisions of government. So there's also taxes that can be implemented. So um, if you need to get a fishing license, or you have to pay a tax for every fish that you catch, or something like that. Other types of regulations, any way to internalize the negative externality. So we're basically seeing that with the tragedy of the commons and common resource goods, it creates a negative externality, and we've talked about the different ways we can correct for negative externalities, right? So pretty much the same solutions we already saw. Another interesting one that we haven't talked about yet, although it's kind of a result of the Coase theorem, is called cap and trade, and this is one way we deal with pollution in our country. And so basically, with cap and trade, permits are created and given out to companies, and these permits they give them the property right to permit to pollute a certain amount. Okay, and then these permits are basically traded in an open market. So it's exactly this type of system, this type of solution is coming straight from the Coase theorem, right? If we just clearly define the rights to pollute, it doesn't matter who we give those rights to. The market will efficiently allocate those rights, right? The market will come to an efficient allocation, an efficient solution. So that's exactly the idea behind cap and trade. So basically, what happens is these permits are doled out, and firms that can cheaply control their emissions end up selling their permits, right? Because it's cheaper for them to just control their pollution, and then they can use those permits to make some money by selling them. Whereas firms that have a really high cost of controlling their pollution are the ones that are buying the permits, because it's cheaper to buy the permits than control their pollution, not solution, pollution. So yeah, hopefully you can see how this is directly related to that problem with the cattle farmer or the cattle rancher and the wheat farmer. The solution is just to create property rights, and it allows us to internalize the externality, which is great. Exactly what we want to do. All right, so this was chapter 7. This is one of my favorite chapters, which is why I try to cover it every semester. And although it was optional, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you do the assignments and get yourself some additional benefits by allowing your lowest grade to be dropped in each of those assignment categories. But basically what we learned here is that inefficiencies occur because of poor incentives or lack of property rights. And that leads to externalities, right? Which is simply the fact that the social costs or benefits do not equal the internal costs or benefits. And anytime those exist, there are ways that we can try to correct for them. So again, going back to this question about the efficient or optimal level of pollution, of course, it's not zero. What we want to do is conduct a cost-benefit analysis, right? We want to make sure that whatever level of pollution we do create, that the costs of that pollution are less than the benefits. We get more benefit out of the pollution than it costs us, right? And as long as that's the case, then it's okay. It's okay to pollute a little bit. All right. So again, I hope you enjoyed this chapter, and good luck on your final exam. If you have any questions, please email me. I hope you enjoyed the semester, and maybe I'll see you sometime in the future.